The 1965 Liberty Washington quarter dollar is an intriguing piece of American numismatic history. The quarter dollar, commonly known as the Washington quarter, was first issued in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, it features a left-facing profile of George Washington on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse, symbolizing the strength and independence of the nation. The value of a 1965 quarter can range all the way from just $1 to $16,500 or more, depending on its condition and the metals used to produce it. By 1965, the Washington quarter had been a staple of American currency for over 3 decades. This particular year marked a period of significant change for U.S. coinage due to the Coinage Act of 1965, which was a response to the severe coin shortage that the country experienced in the early 1960s. The act authorized the removal of silver from most circulating coins, including the quarter dollar. Coinage Act of 1965. The Coinage Act of 1965 was a landmark piece of legislation that changed the composition of U.S. coins. Faced with a shortage of coinage and the rising cost of silver, the U.S. Mint made the decision to eliminate silver from most circulating coins. Before 1965, quarters were made of 90% silver and 10% copper. The new coins produced from 1965 onward were composed of a clad sandwich, a core of pure copper between 2 outer layers of a copper-nickel alloy. This change was intended to stabilize the currency and prevent the hoarding and melting down of silver coins. How much is a 1965 quarter worth? Almost 500 million 1965 quarters still survive. The vast majority of those are worth only 25 cents. But coins with unusual errors, or those that are top of the class for quality, are worth much more. The finest quality regular 1965 quarter known to exist is valued at $20,000. And a 1965 quarter graded XF45, and mistakenly struck on a silver planchet, sold at auction in 2022 for $9,300. Design of the 1965 quarter. The design of the 1965 Washington quarter was largely unchanged from earlier years. The obverse features a portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States, created by sculptor John Flanagan. The reverse depicts a bald eagle, which symbolizes the United States. However, the 1965 quarter has some notable differences from its predecessors. Composition. The primary difference is the change in metal composition. The 1965 quarter contains no silver, unlike earlier issues. It is made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, which gives it a different appearance and slightly different weight. Mint mark. In 1965, quarters were produced without mint marks. This was a temporary measure to simplify production and prevent confusion among collectors and the general public. Edge. The edge of the 1965 quarter is reeded, just like its predecessors, but the feel is different due to the change in metal composition. Value of the 1965 quarter. The value of the 1965 Liberty Washington quarter is influenced by several factors. Face value. In terms of face value, the 1965 quarter is worth 25 cents. Numismatic value. As a collectible, the value of the 1965 quarter can vary. Generally, these quarters are not highly valuable compared to older silver quarters or rare varieties. However, their value can increase if they are in excellent condition or part of a complete collection. Mint state examples. High-quality examples of the 1965 quarter, especially those in mint state condition, MS65 or higher, can command higher prices. Collectors often look for well-struck coins with minimal blemishes and good eye appeal. Circulated versus uncirculated. Circulated coins are worth less than uncirculated coins. If a 1965 quarter is still in circulation, its value is usually just above face value. Uncirculated coins, on the other hand, may be worth a few dollars or more, depending on their condition and demand among collectors. Silver content. Unlike pre-1965 quarters, the 1965 quarter contains no silver, which reduces its value from a precious metal standpoint. Error coins. coins with minting errors or unique characteristics may fetch higher prices. Examples include misstruck coins or those with unusual die varieties. These are relatively rare and can be of significant interest to collectors. Collecting and legacy. The 1965 quarter holds a place in the history of U.S. coinage as the first year of the clad quarter series. Collectors often seek to complete sets of quarters from each year, and the 1965 coin is a necessary piece in these collections. Its historical significance is tied to the broader changes in U.S. monetary policy and the response to the coin shortage of the early 1960s. In the broader context of U.S. coinage, the 1965 quarter is a reminder of the transitional period in American numismatic history. The shift from silver to clad coins marked a significant moment, reflecting both economic challenges and changes in the approach to coin production. Conclusion. The 1965 Liberty Washington quarter dollar is more than just a piece of currency, it represents a pivotal moment in the history of American coinage. While its intrinsic value as a precious metal coin is minimal due to the removal of silver, its numismatic and historical value is notable. Collectors value it as part of the clad coin series, and its role in the broader context of U.S. monetary history makes it a fascinating subject for study and collection. In summary, the 1965 quarter dollar, while not particularly valuable in terms of silver content, remains a significant artifact of mid-20th century American coinage, reflecting broader economic shifts and the evolving nature of the nation's currency.